Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back, and I am back to broadcasting Connor Darnell Designs Xfinity Series here in the Relentless Racing League. Tonight we got the No Tax on Tips 130, sponsored by William Peters here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 130 miles race we got going on here tonight. Third race of the season. Should be interesting. First mile and a half we got last week. Nathan Penley, who who had a win elude him all season long, was our residential. Sheldon Creed was able to collect that win, get his first win in a couple seasons here in Relentless. Looking to go back-to-back here tonight. Currently, Scott Stewart, the quickest in practice. I was just keeping a hard time. At the bottom of your screen, you will see some names down there. Those are names of league members, spouses, family members who have fought, are still fighting, or have passed away from breast cancer. It's something you're going to see at the bottom of your screen all month long to the end of October. Two of my relatives are on there. My Aunt Barb, who unfortunately did lose the battle in 2019, and my Aunt Tina Keith. My cousin Tina Keith. I keep calling her my aunt. She's so damn old. She beat it back in 2017, I do believe, 2018. And Barb was her mom, so she beat it, and then her mom got it not too long after. So it was crazy in my family. But anyways, we're gonna run that all night long. Tammy Cox, Sabrina Madison Cannon, Andrea Farnan, Cindy Darnell, Shirley Wright, other league members, family members. Give me a quick second. I'll tell you who is who here in a second. There it is. So, Tammy Cox is Adam Chapman's mom. He is a truck driver. Darren Cannon, Sabrina Madison, is his sister-in-law. But he is racing here tonight. He is. David Farnan, Andrea Farnan is his wife. Of course, Cindy Darnell is Connor's mom. And Shirley Wright is William Peters' aunt. So, William Peters out here sponsoring the race and has a family member down there. So, maybe throughout the race, if they're in Discord, I might pull one of them up this week. Maybe one of them next week. We'll see. We do got qualifying underway here tonight. Will you stop twerking my damn chat, babe? Anyways. Jesus Christ, this woman. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and ride on board with last week's winner, Nathan Penley. Uh-oh, there it goes. So we do got Darren Cannon in there. No William Peters, unfortunately. I did hear from someone fuel run is about 35 laps. The stage length is 100. Wow. Not 145 laps. Stage length is 45 laps. So you will need to pit in that first stage, 130 laps of racing, 130 miles. But only 4 extra sets of tires. So, should be interesting what strategy's like in that first stage. Do you take tires? Do you not take tires? Do you want that set left at the end of the race? Because if you take tires in the middle stage, you take tires at the end of the stage, you're left with just 2 sets for about 80-something laps. And while that may seem like a lot, if cautions fall at the wrong time, you can be short a set of tires, and you're going to be going backwards. Oh, we're on board Penley getting loose, saving it. Oh, no, he's spinning out. I mean, everything he could out of the car. Let's actually go back and watch it. He originally saved that car. That was a good save. Look at that car yawed sideways. He couldn't get collected all the way. He's going to tow and try out again. Currently, Scott Stewart, your pole sitter, Scott Stewart, coming up from the truck series. And I meant to ask Scott where he's from because, let me go back and look. I saw a lot of those Sinclairs, and mind you, I don't have Sinclairs around me. I saw a lot of them on my drive back from Washington State last week. I actually stopped at one of them. They're not too bad. Alright. Oh, Tony's in here. When the hell did you join?
Just hopped in.
Okay, my thing don't go badink when I'm live because it has the streamer mode on. I just looked over. All right. Well, I'm waiting for Darren to qualify unless he's not qualifying. I want to pull him up and talk to him. He has not
Ooh,
qualified yet.
Josh Van Westen just clobbered the wall.
So, real quick, I was looking at the point standings. I know we're only 2 races in. I find it really fascinating. No one has 2 top 10s. Not a single person has 2 top 10s yet this season.
Well, last week was a pretty rough race, so I think we're getting into the meat and potatoes of our schedule now. I think we'll see a cleanup and we'll see a little more consistency.
Yeah, we actually, woman, if you don't stop twerking in the damn chat, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Yeah, my wife. How many people do we have tonight? 30-ish? Oh, wow, no, a lot. Holy cow. Almost 40. Well, were you out there? Did you practice at all, Tony?
I did. I ran a few laps.
What's the is going to be these guys' kryptonite here tonight? On track.
Tire wear. The tires are very loose. They're burning up the right side tires pretty. At least I was. I was burning up both right front and right rear tires. 10 laps, down 10% on the tire.
Ooh.
Um, the bumps in turn 1 and top of turn 1 and bottom turn 3 and 4 are going to be big factors. These cars are loose. I expect them to tighten up a little bit over the run, but I still think you're going to have to baby that right rear all night.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to ask you is how are these cars handling on a fresh set of tires? Are they loose? Are they snug?
Oh,
Like
they
you
are loose.
So here's my next question: do they loosen up throughout the run, or does it start getting tighter throughout the run?
I would say that they definitely loosen up more, especially on corner exit. That right rear just seems to be wearing really quick if you push it too hard.
Gotcha. All right, I think that ends qualifying. It does. So we'll go over our official starting grid, and I'll get Trading Paints figured out while we're grading. So Scott D. Stewart coming up from Xfinity. Not coming up from Xfinity. Coming up from Trucks into Xfinity, getting a pole. William Peters tonight, sponsor out there on that outside pole. Cedric Broso and Vincent Vacuum. Solid efforts for those two guys. Like 2 Canadians in that second row. Eric Schaefer, Mitchell Conley, row 3. What the world? Hold on, my stuff is broken. There it goes. Row 4, Evan Ludy, Ethan Collier. Pretty Chestnut, Nathan Estep. Row 5, Nathan Penley, last week's winner. Finally getting that win after not getting one last season. And Justin Atkinson. Going on to row 7, Kevin Biggs, Sam Gordon. Brian Marshall, Alicia Peltier. I think I said that right. Joseph Nallback, Mark Dupies, row 8. Row 9, row 10, Gordon Spain, Alan Grindle. Alan, if you're watching this, you can finally stop giving me crap about Livewire. I finally got me some. Sylvian Gallant and Jason Hastings, row 11. Stack Attack and Tomater, row 12. Row 13, Riley Barton, Brandon Banks. All the back here. Wow, he's going to have a lot of room to make up. Michael Newbraw, Davey Hendricks, row 14. Row 15, Ricky Williams, Darren Cannon, Matt Fornes, Brady Price, row 16. Mr. Gibb, the Gibberson, and Tony Frey, row 17. Row 18, Josh Van Western and Chad Wiggins. Brandon Hughes, John Schollenbacher in row 19. And round out that field in that 20th row, Jacob Treat.
Yeah, a lot of cars did not qualify. This should be pretty interesting. There's some fast guys at the back going to be trying to make their way through the field.
Uh-oh, did I just... my Aerosense crash? No. What is that sound I'm hearing? I don't know. Alright, so Jacob's Treat said to refresh Trading Paints. I did it, and now the 9 of Schollenbacher is showing a basic paint scheme.
Yeah, Trading Paints has been wonky. You have to close it out completely and then reopen it.
Okay, let me do that real quick. Also, we need to get with Brandon and figure out why his scheme is doing that. It's still...
It did that all last season. I don't know what the deal is with that.
only thing I can think of is maybe it's a oh, what is that called when you do paints? It's a channel. Maybe it's a channel that's messed up, not letting it show right, because it shows that to some people it doesn't.
I assume that it's something where he's got a straight black paint uploaded to his custom paint side, and then the sim stamp is probably that one, and then we run with that, hide car number, so sim stamp comes, or custom comes through, so
no,
could be something like that.
If you don't have a TP Pro scheme, it's going to go to your sim stamp number automatically, whether we have high car numbers on or not. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. All right, so Jacob said refresh. I refreshed. Okay, I think that's why. Okay, nope. Now the 9 from Maxwell Hell scheme with a bright green 9 on it. All right, in case we're gonna pull up Scott D. Stewart to release the green here tonight. 130 laps, 45 is your stage break, and we're underway. Schaefer got a really good jump there. Got over the back bumper of the 30 of Pro, so.
Gary Sack had some technical issues. He's going to be starting from the pits. Oh, they're about wrecking already. 55, 28, 42, 22. Oh, they're checking up big time.
Who was that shot down low? The 18?
Yeah, I think he just expected them to wreck, so he just wanted to get away from it.
Oh, the 55 loose. Does he save it?
He saves it.
What a save!
Behind him. Somebody's going through the infield.
13, I believe it was. It was 13, the Mac piece. And you were talking about how loose it is here, and a lot of guys have problems already. From Scott Stewart out to a good lead. Oh my gosh, who was it?
Kevin Biggs having big problems coming off of turn 2. He was on the apron, sliding sideways on exit, but everybody checked up and let him gather it back up.
Yeah, and there was another driver just behind this lead pack that got loose as well. What happened to the 96? Is he damaged? Rear chase.
He is in.
Holy cow, he is! John Delamater out in the back. We must have missed this.
Oh, he come off a turn. Looks like turn 2.
Come off of turn 2. What did happen?
I assume he had technical issues, like screen went blank or something, and just turned it down.
Must have. Well, with all the technical difficulties we've been having, and the loose racing, Scott D. Stewart still leading the way. Cedric Gross with P2. Eric Schaefer and William Peters fighting for 3rd and 4th behind him. Top 5 has broken away about a second gap between the 5th and 6th place car. Evan Ludy looking to the inside of William Peters and be able to get that pass complete.
Seeing a lot of these cars already migrating to that high line, I'm kind of surprised by that, just because I feel like you're really going to chew up your tires pretty bad up there, but it's also going to be hard for that bottom line to make a pass if there's a car on the outside.
Yeah, and Eric, I'm going to get that wrong all damn season. Eric Schaefer getting around Cedric Rosso. I'm about to say his last name. 2nd. Yeah, and this is a big difference because if I'm not mistaken, Tony, this was our 2nd race in the first round of the playoffs last season. I might be wrong, but
that sounds about right.
This field in just 5 laps, 6 laps is way more spread out than we were by this point. We were still basically bumper to bumper until about lap 15. These guys are already way spread out.
Well, they made some pretty huge changes to the car, so I think people are definitely being a little more cautious on the early laps just because of how loose the car is.
Yeah, and you mentioned tire wear, and that brings up a good point. With this 4 extra sets of tires, I won't lie, if I'm racing tonight, I don't think I take a set in the middle of the stage, just because that one extra step, the caution falls at the right time, could be a make or break moment for your race. But
Yeah,
yet again,
it's gonna depend on how the race plays out. If the race has
Yeah.
a green flag feel to it, you're probably gonna use them up at at a tighter run. If you're seeing a lot of cautions, then maybe you try to save a set. I feel like it's gonna be really dependent on how everything how the
Screen
feel of the
pros on the
race comes.
96. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you know Evan Ludy once saved 3 kids from burning building? Donut gas.
Like,
that's
I feel like we get stats like that every race.
That's Greg Rogers, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Babe, no. Mike Simone is racing in Cup on Wednesday night in the 12. Early on, Scotty Stewart kind of dominating the field. This is something we saw out of Schaefer and Banks last season. But Stewart up here just put on a clinic early on in this race. Has the second lead over Evan Ludy.
I'm curious at how hard he's pushing that car right now.
Yeah.
Just because the fall off is so significant on the tires. Seeing quite a few cars in the back with a little bit of bumper damage. 897.
Like, as in, like, they hit another car, or
somebody hit them.
Penley's might be. I love that scheme.
Oh,
the 89 to Gary Sack going around.
Into the wall.
Oh my gosh, what a hit. Gary Sack went and hit the worst part of the track. Oh my gosh.
But luckily for him, it was only the back end of the car.
But
that might not be too terrible.
Still a massive hit on that right rear, though.
Yeah, at this track, it's definitely going to put him off the pace, but no engine damage, no steering damage. He'll at least be able to continue his run.
I wouldn't say that. I once blew an engine by only having damage in the back of my car. I kid you not. I got hit at Dover. I believe it was in a Gen 6. By someone at Arca brake me. 20 laps later, my engine blew. I had no front end damage at all.
Weird.
I'm literally starting to catch the leader. We go back a little further. Broso. Oh, we got a bunch of cars back here. You got Broso, Peter to 22. Who gets into 22? Preedy to 20.
That's Preedy.
Yep, the 23 of Mitchell Conley. So I wonder if did he reach out to you, by the way?
He did.
Okay. I told him to reach out to you. I don't know if you told him to change it, but
nah, it's
okay.
good.
Okay. So Conley up there. Conley must be a teammate of Peter's because he's running the no tax on tips on the.
I don't believe they are actually.
Really? Okay, that's kind of cool.
Peters is SVR and Conley is Mirage SRR.
Oh yeah, two completely different teams. I mean that's kind of cool that he went out of his way to make a scheme just for this race. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And just behind him, you'll have the Daytona winner Ethan Collier. Ethan's actually won back-to-back Super Speedway races in the Xfinity Series. Locked himself in
the wall.
Yep. Locked himself into the playoffs early on this season, and man, that is such a huge break. A little further back, you got the 55, who had a really interesting start to the race. Made a nice recovery from it as Alyssa Peltier looking to get around in that 71 machine. Oh, Justin Atkinson said he had some issues. Oh, yeah, we did miss this. This is the 42 of Justin Atkinson. Oh, I don't know if that was net kill or prediction kill, but what a save that was by the 42 on lap 15 for him, Tony. Can we go back and look at that?
Oh, I see it. He definitely... that was a business decision there is what I would call it. He could have held it wide open and wrecked a bunch of people, but he lifted, gathered the car up, brought it back on track safely, and can continue the race without any damage.
Yeah, I will say this, though. Watching these guys race and having just raced this track about 2 months ago, I'm already kind of liking the Xfinity car. broadcasting it wise, I would not like to race this race. It's definitely putting on more of a show. It's putting a lot more of the race into the driver's hands. It's not just hold her wide open and go.
Right.
No, almost contact between 71 and 55. Nathan Estep is racing Alyssa for his life. Kind of surprised they're racing this hard for 9th or for 10th. No, it is for 9th. As these two are both guaranteed stage points right now.
Oh, little contact there.
Here comes the 42 of Justin Atkins back in the picture.
Nathan Penley right behind them.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a look at his right rear. I don't know if he got hit from behind or maybe if he got sideways and kind of tapped the wall.
Looked like he might have just gotten loose. This is about the point in the run where that right rear is really starting to give up, and that's where you really find it or notice it is on corner exit.
3 wide, 42 going low. 3 wide, he's sending it in there with contact between him and Alyssa. Nathan Easton saying, I want none of this. Y'all go right on by. Nathan gets loose on corner exit. I don't know what scheme Nathan Penley's running last week. He needs to run that scheme more often. Clearly, it's his good luck charm. We're watching a battle back here. The battle for the lead starting to heat back up. Eric Schaefer's gotten around Evan Ludi. Oh, and Ludi gets loose off of 4. But they are catching that leader, the 88 of Scott D. Stewart. We're in that fuel window. Fuel window's about 35 laps. Plenty enough fuel to make it to the end of safety going now. And it should be interesting to see who splits the stage or who stays out and hopes for a yellow. It comes up from lap traffic too. It's going to get interesting here in a bit.
I think the undercut, if you're going to pit for tires, I think the undercut is the way to go. I think if you're in contention for stage points, it's probably your best bet. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to make it on fuel. Everybody's going to pit. But if you get on fresh tires earlier, you're probably going to gain a few spots on track.
Brandon Hughes. I don't know if what number is Hughes? 32. No, what the hell number is Hughes this year?
18?
No. 17. There we go.
17.
Okay. It said he loses spots quick. We let them blink out for a second. But the issue with pitting here is we by no means are pros at this. We do this for fun. Everyone's, people are going to make mistakes, and you pit early to get those tires to undercut it, you run the risk of getting trapped a lap down.
Got somebody blinking out back here, probably Brady.
We got the top 3, a good breakaway for these top 3. Stewart, Schaefer, Ludi. They're about 2 seconds ahead of Cedric Brosso. Cedric Brosso having a really solid run. I know it's early in the race, but he's usually someone we saw toward the middle of the pack last season, and whatever they did to these cars has definitely benefited him, as he has definitely been performing way better this season early on. I would know where Cedric Brosso was running, because I had to race him all the damn time last season. He's a pain in the ass to get around. Oh, and he's going to get loose on the turn 2. Yeah, I think these cars are going to become really loose, Tony. There's a lot more people fighting that steering wheel right now.
Well, and that's why I think, pitting right about now is probably your best bet if you're planning on taking tires.
Yeah, and Eric Schaefer just now getting around Scotty Stewart. Schaefer to the lead for the first time here tonight. And that's something we saw a lot of Schaefer last season, is doing a really good job. He might not get a good qualifying effort, but he slowly and methodically makes his way through the field, and he'll eventually be in the lead. Schaefer is really good at saving tires on these long runs, even with this newer Xfinity car we have this season.
I was curious, Schaefer and Banks kind of dominated last season. I was curious how this big change of the car was going to affect that. So far, we really haven't seen any drop-off, really, but this is our first mile and a half,
So, I couldn't watch Dover. I tried to. For some reason on my phone, when I try to watch Twitch, it jitters a lot. I can't do it. So I don't know how they did that at Dover, but it does look like it's not affecting Schaefer. But Banks, on the other hand, he did not qualify well. He started back in the 20s. He's only made his way up to 17th.
Yeah, he didn't qualify at all, so he was back in like
Oh,
the
okay.
30 something, 28, 30, somewhere around there. So
Do you remember how they both ran last week?
I don't, but I can check real quick. I mean, there was so many cautions last week that I assume they probably both got wrecked, but let's take a peek at the standings.
I believe I took a look at it. I think Schaefer led the most laps. I might be wrong on that, though.
Yeah, Schaefer finished second, led 45 laps.
With some lap traffic to 89, and Gary Sacker, the leaders. 3-second gap between these three and the fourth place car, Cedric Rosso.
Banks was 75 laps down, so he got caught up in something.
Dover looked fun. Dover was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Here comes Stott D. Stewart looking to get around Eric Schaefer for the lead. Around lap 30, so about 5 laps when you guys will run out of fuel. I mean, at this point, you gotta wonder if you're a little bit further back in the pack, maybe pit now and risk going a lap down to get that undercut, maybe make up some spots.
Yeah, I mean, you figure they got him at most 5 more laps before everybody has to pit.
Yeah.
So, I have not seen anybody come down pit road.
No, pit road's been quiet.
I would definitely want to be the first one down pit road, I'll tell you that much.
Fat Foreign said people start coming down. The 21 of Van Westen just came down pit lane.
I mean, they were running early in the run. They were running, mid 30-second laps. Now they're running mid 32-second laps. So 2 seconds a lap fall off.
Fastest lap time was 30.7 to about 30.9 is the average range of the fastest lap time for these drivers. And as you just said, last time by, yeah, they're looking at almost 2 seconds of fall off already in a 31 lap run.
So 2 seconds a lap fall off. So every lap that you get in early is going to be significant on track.
Actually brings up a good point, because if you do not take tires, you might go a lap down. Possibly. I would say these three can be safe not taking tires. Anyone else but these three, if you don't take tires, I would not be surprised them going a lap down. Especially back past the top 10.
Yeah. We've had at least 3 come down pit road. Ricky Williams, D-Ron Cannon, and Josh Van Westen.
Wait, is D-Ron not Darren?
Or
is that y'all's nickname?
We're going to roll with D-Ron here.
Okay.
Joseph Nalback, Gordon Spain.
Yeah, Nalback and Weston, Spain. Williams, they've all came down pit lane. 97 coming in as well. That's Mr. Gibb. So it looks like the 3 of Schaefer possibly coming in this time. He is. Ooh, 3 of Schaefer.
Oh, reckon.
Oh,
8 to 30.
Wow, Schaefer's got a huge break.
Oh, big hit back there. Somebody just run right in the side of the 30 car.
Wait, you said the 8 30? Oh, the 8 wrecked the 30. Is that what you're saying?
They got together. I won't place blame on anybody because I didn't see what happened, but I assume that somebody was hitting and
the 30. So
didn't call it out. And
calling it out or not, he came from the middle lane down in front of Penley. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
No.
So I'm gonna put it this way: even if he would have called that out, I cannot fault Penley here, because when you're racing. Because the 30 was 4 positions in front of him. So when you're racing and someone calls it out, you kind of don't think about, oh, hey, they're pitting. He came from the middle lane down. I'm going to put this 100% on Cedric here. Calling it or not, you cannot do that. And Cedric.
It killed his teammate.
Oh, no.
Yep.
It did kill Vincent.
Clobbered him.
Luckily for Cedric, though, like you said with Gary, all rear end damage. I
Yeah,
don't
he took a
know.
pretty heavy shot, and it might be right in that right rear tire, so
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
not
go back and
sure.
watch it. Oh yeah, he might have got hit right in that right rear. Possibly. Actually, I think he did. There does look like a little bit of toe damage on it.
Yeah.
Well,
And that is the importance of calling out your pits.
Schaefer caught the lucky break there with in pit lane. He had actually passed the commitment cone when the caution came out, so he could have pitted and serviced his car, and he's gonna come out in the lead. Interesting enough, these top three are not pitting.
Well, Gary Sack's going to take the wave around.
Yeah, Mitchell.
He missed the start. But this might be enough to get him to the end of the stage.
The caution? No, they're 10 laps short of the stage.
Yeah, but cautions breed caution, so you get another caution. Cedric and Vincent both got the meatball.
Here comes Conley this time. Yeah, so Cedric got the meatball. He definitely got hit in that left rear tire. You will never get meatballed for body damage. So Ethan's still not coming down pit lane. I wonder. Did he pit earlier?
So
No.
Conley
yes,
was our leaders. Collier. So we saw Conley come down. All these guys in front of Collier are going to be lap cars.
Wait, where did Eric Schaefer come out to? He was on pit lane when that caution came out.
Showing him in 25th.
Wow, I
But
thought he came out in the lead.
Well, he's going to cycle to the front as these cars who didn't pit come down, if they come down.
No, pit lane's open.
So they're going to try to stretch it then.
No,
come in and...
What I'm saying, everyone up front pitted.
I don't think so.
That's the case, ain't
So
top
Gibb
18
pitted.
all pitted. Yep. Yeah. Gibb pitted and was a lap down. What I'm saying is everyone in front of Schaefer came down pit lane, and I thought Schaefer sucked to the lead, and for some reason he actually does not.
Collier did not come down pit road yet, according to his lap times.
Oh, there's a way to look at this. No, yeah, he did. He came down pit lane with everybody else when everybody came down pit lane.
Okay. So Schaefer must have been a lap down then, where he came into pits and where the caution came out.
Dang, I thought Schaefer caught a break then. So that is a big setback for Schaefer. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't have took tires there. Now that the whole field, if I was running toward the back of the pack, I would have took tires. I mean, you're going to be running the back anyways. Why take tires?
Yeah. There's not enough time to get up to stage point, so I agree. I would not take tires there, take fuel, and save the set.
Yep. Also, talking about our Xfinity series sponsor, he is the one. I know he doesn't want shout out for it, but I'm gonna give one anyways. He is the one that made our little banner on the bottom of your screen.
Greg, I don't believe he ended up with an EOL. I think he just, the way the caution fell out and how everything cycled out, where the pace car was in relation to the field.
I don't think he did either. Green. Like to be back on the air. A lot of guys on fresh tires. Big check on both lanes.
Oh, they're punting each other big time. Inside lane is wrecking.
Chad Wiggins involved. Brandon E.
And no
involved.
caution.
Gary Sack involved as well. We'll go back and look at that in a bit. And now we got racing going on. They're still trying to get sorted out in the back of the pack, trying to get going again. Ethan Collier, though, not back into the lead, to the lead he goes.
Oh,
turn
3 wide.
4. Six to go in stage 1. Wide coming off a turn 2. Evan Ludi.
86 sideways. Scott Stewart had a moment there. He was really slow on the backstretch.
He lost a lot of spots.
Oh, Preedy just dumped
45 minute around. Caution's going to come out. Big hit by the Ada Penley. Oh, and another big hit by the 21 Western. Wow, they're still wrecking. Holy cow. Ethan Collier is done. That left front is ka-chowing. All right, let's go back real quick and take a look at what happened on the start, and we'll go back and watch this wreck. All right. So this is the restart. Go to Chadwick until he's involved. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Started almost all the way up at the front.
It did.
They just kept going, running into each other.
I think it started up here by the 22 of Preedy. So, I don't know if... Okay, so... We're gonna
Yeah, 86 got sideways on... Well...
Now, he got assistance from Preedy. I don't know if he spun the tires too quick on the gas. Alyssa Peltier just did not know what was going on in front of here. Here comes the 5 of Sam Gordon in the back of Alyssa. And it's just like bowling. You know, once you knock one pin down, it's going to keep knocking them down. And Sam gets hit by the 49 at Hastings, and the 49 gets punted.
And the first few were able to gather it up. It's, 5 or 6 back where they really started wrecking.
Yeah, that was big contact for Brandon Marshall and Chad Wiggins. Alright, back to the wreck that did cost us yellow. And that was not staged, by the way. That should have been staged. We did not get the 5 to go. So this is the Ethan Collier wreck. Tony called it out. He got punted by Preedy.
Yeah, Preedy's tried to make it 3 wide and just clipped him.
Just completely misjudged where he was at on track. You see the 45 of Ethan Collier. Thankfully, he has that win at Daytona, but this was a big, big, big wreck.
I saw the 22 coming with a huge head of steam, and he just didn't lift at all and just basically underestimated and drove through the 45.
And 86 of Peters, he got a piece of that. Penley just had nowhere to go. He gets a piece of that.
Yeah, they were 3 wide coming to him, so there really wasn't anything either of them two could do without taking out the guys on the bottom line.
And the 32 of Brady Price. I think he gets collected as well. 38. Does he make it through? Does he? No, he gets clipped by the 32 of Brady.
Yeah, pretty minor, though. I feel like the contact was minimal there. Probably not really going to hurt the car.
Here comes a 13. Nowhere for him to go. He gets collected. The one of Nallback comes into the picture. He's going to get collected as well. This is a really big wreck. Oh, and Brady just gets demolished by the 13.
Bad part is that shouldn't even have happened, right? You're racing for the lead and you're going to hook the guy. That's... I don't like that move at all. You have a wreck at the front, it's definitely going to have that, ripple effect further back. It's going to be bigger as more cars come up to it.
Yeah, I just went on board as Nallback. And, I mean, you can be a judge of this, but Nallback kind of, he let off the gas, but he made very little effort to actually try to avoid this.
Well, he had a hole there for a minute, so he thought he was going to drive through it, and then that hole closed when the 13 came in there.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Tony. When I see a wreck, I brake first and I look later. Like... That took out a lot of cars.
I believe they called that the stage.
Really?
I believe so.
That's interesting, because they didn't get the 5 to go. I mean, I guess it does make sense, because it would have been a one-lap shootout.
Yeah.
Lights on the pace truck are off.
Because they were coming to take lap 40 when the caution came out.
Yeah, I just know in the past usually you have to get that lap to that lap for it to count, but
I mean, it all depends on where they actually threw the caution at. And sometimes it's so close that don't have time to research it, so that you just call it.
there are some beat the hell cars out there. Holy cow. Unlucky arc break weekly. My wife's a skill issue. I'm about to tell her to drive the Arca series. Then she can say skill issue. I really would, but I can't broadcast and have her race. It don't work like that. No, the truck series is full, so. Alrighty, a lot of cars and rear bumpers. Green flag back out in the air for apparently the final stage.
Pretty big stack up from about 5th place on back. Big gap.
Yeah, and with that wreck happening when it did, if you did save a set of tires, you're kind of not at an advantage now because no one really got a lot of laps on their tires there.
Now, it may come into play later, depending on how the race plays out, but we will have to see.
Kevin Biggs to the point. Again,
Oh, Preedy just wrecked Schaefer. Or not Preedy, Raleigh. Raleigh just wrecked Schaefer.
I don't know, Schaefer.
Oh, Banks just into a wreck.
Oh, what?
33 just came down the track.
I wonder if the 33 got loose, maybe.
Yeah, if you go to his cockpit, you should be able to see.
No. It didn't sound like he got loose.
Yeah, he did correct it a little bit. He got a little loose, but that's still a big move for that little bit of input in the wheel.
Yeah, you're not right. Yeah, I can kind of see the back end stepping out now. Yeah, he definitely got loose there. Ooh. 23
And
Mitchell
then
Palmer involved.
There was another wreck further back involving the 50, or later on involving the 54. I didn't see what happened.
Ooh, the 18 or 018 at Jacob Creek. He was involved in one as well.
I think that might have been that one. Yeah.
Wow, netcode. Holy cow. I don't think that's prediction code. No,
18 was sliding up the track anyways. I feel like it probably would have happened regardless.
Oh my gosh.
But
wow, the 9 of Walker barely through. Here's my question. Did Banks luck out here and get netcode in his favor?
I'm willing to bet he's got some right front damage.
Well, we're about to check. My end, Tony, I'm seeing no damage on that car at all.
Yeah, it might have gotten lucky.
Oh, yeah. That was a big hit, and I don't see any damage on that 54 machine.
Yeah, I don't even see a scrape on it on mine.
Nope. Sometimes you get lucky's netcode, and sometimes it screws you over. Cautions bring cautions under our third of the night. Surprised the list. I mean, I guess track position matters. I'm really surprised Alyssa isn't trying to come get some damage fixed. Her spoiler is fine, but what I'm worried about is that left rear bumper. No, actually, I think Alyssa might be fine. I'm not seeing no gaps in her
I was
body.
gonna say if the left rear fender was pushed out, I'd be a little more concerned. But I don't think that rear bumper metal is really gonna be an issue.
I don't either, just because of the fact her spoiler is still straight.
Right? It's not pushed up in the air. It's not gonna be a big drag on the car. She might be all right with that damage.
You know, the
If
five
anything, it might plant that rear end down a little bit for her.
the five of Sam Gordon, he will have some little bit of aero drag because there is a gap between the rear bumper and the right rear quarter panel.
All right, so we are up to 6 more cars with meatballs. Joe Nalback, Nathan Penley, Mark Dubois, Ethan Collier, William Peters, and Jacob Treat.
There is a lot of beat to hell cars out there right now. I was just going through looking at the damage. And the kicker is, if this was Wednesday's night race, we would have like no damage. Unless you break your toe because your dog distracts you. Speaking of which, when do they update the next gen to not fix all your toe damage?
I have no clue.
Alright, how many cars do we have left on the lead lap? Just 23? No. 26? Or is Gary Sack a lap down? Is Gary Sack on the lead lap?
No. He is 2 laps down.
Okay, so 23 on the lead lap. Ricky Williams, Chad Wiggins only a lap down. Gary Sack 2 laps down. I'm pretty sure Matt Forth over the comms telling these guys to calm the hell down.
Somebody needs to.
Alright, guys, calm it down.
This is an easy track to run.
But the car is so difficult to drive now. It's not like last season. Last season, this car is planted to the track. I can already tell there's a huge difference with the refresh.
There definitely is, but I feel like it's easier to drive, in my opinion. Like, I struggle with tight cars. This is loose. You just got to manage your throttle. That's it.
Kevin Biggs, I'm leading Lisa Green here. The 37, Alan Grindle and Alyssa Peltier in that second row, back race on lap 50. And the Ludi able to clear off that front bumper of Alyssa. And the one thing I've also noticed a lot about these cars is they've also really made changes on how aero loose you can get these cars, just like in real life. When you watch these cars drive in real life, Peltier loose saves it though. Somehow stays out of 37 to Grindle. If you're able to hang,
oh, there goes somebody around.
Riley Barden. Oh, Schaefer. I guess Schaefer sent Barden to give him his receipt. What I'm trying to say is, if you're able to hang... Wow, that was close. If you're able to hang on someone's left rear quarter panel rolling through the corners, you could get them really aero loose.
And to be honest, it doesn't surprise me one bit, because as loose as these cars are, it won't take much to loosen them up even more.
No. Alan Grindle, Scott D. Stewart going at it for third. But, and going back to what we were saying earlier about how these cars are handling way differently, some of these guys might not just have time to practice, and they hop in these sessions thinking, oh, the car's going to handle the same well as the last time I drove here. No, it won't. So they're probably just not used to these cars handling differently, especially at 1.5 miles.
I feel like this car just basically everywhere handles different, but you know, if you want to run in the Xfinity series in this league, you gotta put the time in. Let's just be real. This league is ultra competitive, and if you can't put the time in, you're not gonna do
Woo!
well.
Grindle having a moment off of turn 2. So I might be mistaken. Is this not a 3-stop race from here?
Might be able to.
No.
Well, 2 stops, I think.
And that just kind of brings up the thing I was talking about earlier, tires. If this is a 2-stop race, you're a maniac if you don't take tires in 1-2 stops. And if you took 2 sets of tires already, you're going to be out if there's a late race caution. They have 21 on the lead lap. Riley Barton left car on the lead lap. 94, Marshall coming down pit lane.
He was caught up in one of those wrecks. I'm assuming his car isn't handling so well.
I think his engine may have blown. Did his engine blow at one point?
Yeah, he's got a meatball now, so.
Yep. They let go going into turn 1. Yeah, it let go going into turn 1.
Oh, that's going to be at least a 30-minute repair.
That's probably not over. I will say this: you got people like the 13 and the 36. They're back out on track, just trying to put some laps and get some spots of cars on pit road. And right now, they can gather 4 or 5, maybe 6 spots.
Well, and if this race continues the way it has, there's going to be more cars wrecked out. So there's definitely some positions to be gained.
Idiot Scott Stewart working on the 28 Evan Ludy. Scott had to be careful. We saw the original green flag run we had. He was really quick in that short mid run, but when the long run kicked in, he started kind of falling back into the clutches of Schaefer and Ludy. Right now he got around Ludy, but if he wears the tires out like he did the last run, you'll see him start falling back into the clutches of Evan Ludy.
And that's one thing that I noticed about Evan Ludy last season is as the season progressed, he got a lot better at managing his tires.
I still don't know how to manage tires. I've been out racing for 3 years.
Preaching to the choir, man.
I just go fast and hope for late race cautions. That's the only thing I can hope for. I've tried backing up my corner entry, rolling in the throttle. I will say this, though. Ever since I got the dampener, I have seen a big improvement, though.
A little more feeling in your throttle pedal.
It's not that. For me, it's resistance that I needed. Got to catch up to lap traffic, catch up to the 33 of Riley Barton, who is on the lead off 13. Never mind.
Gary Sack just came down pit road.
Yeah, and it's no surprise to see Biggs run well in these Xfinity cars. He's been known to do really well in cars that are more loose. I think that's why he kind of struggled in the trucks last season, because they handle so well. He really shows his strength in cars that are loose.
As long as I've known Biggs, he's always been super competitive, regardless of what he's driving. So it does not surprise me at all to see him running up towards the front.
No, it don't surprise me either. I was actually more surprised last truck season to see him not running up front.
Yeah, it seemed like he was always hanging around 5th place, but could never really punch through.
Yeah.
Well, almost halfway through the race. Maybe it's cleaned up a bit. Maybe we'll get some longer green flag runs now.
And we're in a pretty decent green flag run right now. We're back in Mr. Gibb, working around the 9 of Schlumbacher. I think Gibb, I think that puts him in 11th, having a solid run. Oh, he's back and forth. Oh, the 9. Okay, never mind. I saw him up in 12th earlier. Thought he was passing after 11th.
Well, he's plus 30, so started 34th, running 14th.
That's 20.
Yeah, whatever. Math is hard.
That's why we joined the army.
But that's also not surprising for Gibb either. He's not the guy that's gonna hot lap, run fast every lap. He's the kind of guy that's conservative, runs consistent lap, tire management, fuel management, that type of stuff.
I do like his paint scheme though. That's a pretty cool paint scheme. Brandon Bank finally getting himself together up 21 spots. Not 88 of Scott Stewart looking around 37. Alan Grendel rolling through 1 and 2. He's not high on. Look at the run. He gets up corner exit. There's 42 loose off of turn 2, able to save it.
Definitely going to stall his momentum. Hopefully, everybody realizes that and doesn't run into the back of him.
Yeah, and luckily for him, he had quite a bit of a gap between him and that 7th place car of Eastep. So I believe he only lost 1 spot to Banks. Banks may have been around him already, but I mean, the problem is he's running the Packer scheme. I think that's the curse on him.
The one who's really fallen back this run is Alyssa Peltier Sharp. She started up.
Oh, she gets punted by the 6 of Newbraw. Newbraw to the wall. 97 Gibbs involved. No caution yet. She's on track. Stop. There it is. A 9 of Schollenbacher involved as well. Damn it, Tony. You had to curse her. You had to say something. As soon as you said her name, she was getting wrecked. Oh, the broadcaster's curse is wow. I think Newbraw, Newbraw is trying to, bump draft her. This is something you could do last season. With how light these cars are now, you can't really do that. And it was a square hit, too.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if that was due to the damage.
That's what I was about to say. The damage maybe
on her back bumper.
Yeah, she went around. Newbraw went to go low, gave her another tap, but Newbraw really went up a hard hit to that outside wall, and Giberson, wham! Right into the back bumper, and holy cow, Newbraw caught air off the front bumper of the 9. Everybody else able to make it through this wreck, but
what's funny is I think it might have helped her rear bumper. Looking at it now,
what, Gib hitting her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it does look flat now. Oh, yeah, it does look a lot more flat now.
Oh, but it looks like her rear end might be out of whack. Looking at her left rear tire.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I think I don't know. Hold on, let's go back and watch it. Is that from? So actually, her left rear tire, that damage is from this hit right here. You're about to see, right there from the 6th. Oh yeah, wow. You couldn't hit that left rear more square, but wow.
Yep, definitely broke something.
Yeah, and Newbraw was just along for the ride. Nothing he had done there. Yeah, I think she would have got away scotch free without that hit. That hit right there is what totaled her car.
Yep.
Well, we might only have 3 cars left in the lead lap by the end of this race.
It's not looking very promising, is it?
Would not be surprised if I see mandatory practice here pretty soon. Surprisingly, well, if they already pitted underneath that review of the wreck, no, they have not. Biggs and then still staying out. I don't think pit lane's open yet, though. I don't see why they would stay out there on 36 laps on their tires and fuel.
Yeah, and I only see a couple cars come down, so I'm wondering if that was damage. To fix damage and pit lane wasn't open yet, or I don't know, because the lap car cycled to the front, so. Oh yeah, that came down pit road already.
Did they? Okay, maybe SDK hasn't updated yet then. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Damn, Gary Sack can get another quick caution here. I believe he would only be a lap down at this point. No, never mind. Oh, that's right. He came down pit lane. That's right. How many we got in the lead lap?
Well, Chad Wiggins would be number 20. He's going to get the wave around here.
Yep, and then Giberson, Newbraw, and Schlumbacher, I think all have meatballs.
Gibb does not have a meatball.
No?
Surprisingly not.
Wow. Alyssa back out on track. That's a little concerning. I'm going to take a look at that left rear, see if they're able to fix it. They were. But luckily for Alyssa, she's still out there on the lead lap. Luckily, I guess it was like that 20-second required repair for her.
Very possible.
This could get interesting on fuel as well. No, they got 60 to go. That should be fine.
Yeah, one stop from here.
And that's going to get interesting because, like I said, if you have that extra set of tires and a late race caution comes out, you're gonna be on rails.
Let's just hope for a clean restart.
Yeah, I didn't watch Dover, but just watching tonight's race, I think the restarts are kind of these guys' kryptonite more than anything else.
Green.
If I back out in the air, inside line got
stacked up
really
the bottom line a little bit, but there was enough gap where it didn't really affect anybody.
Oh, 42 almost sent Alan Grindle there going into turn 1. Here comes Eric Schaefer trying to go through the middle, couldn't get a run. Brandon Banks now hunting down Kevin Biggs. Yeah, and I feel Stewart and Biggs coming up adds a lot of competition to these DVR guys who just kind of cleaned house last season.
I agree. I feel like there's some new guys coming up as well as some returning guys that I feel are only going to get better. Evan Ludi, Nathan Penley, those guys that were competitive last season were up there contending for wins. Spencer Dewsbury, obviously, from last season. He's not here tonight, but he's always quick.
I'll say this real quick. Sam Gordon. He's one of those guys that kind of did not have a good season last season at all. Running P9 here, limited damage on that back bumper, able to stay out of trouble. He might be able to give himself a top 10 here tonight if he can keep the wheels on that car. How about this recovery of Mitchell Conley? He was involved in a wreck early on in the race. That car looks clean. I don't see any scrapes on that car right now. He's actually been involved in a couple wrecks.
55 squarely off of turn 4. Almost slid up into the 17 of Brandon Hughes, but Brandon Hughes able to avoid it.
Yeah, he's still trying to collect himself.
One car, Joe Nallback, running the bottom line. He's slow. Oh, and Alyssa goes around again off the bumper of Gary Sack.
See, he did it again. He set a car, and he got involved in a wreck. That's twice.
Well, he's still struggling with major damage and was just slow on the bottom.
Ooh. That almost looks like
Alyssa got sideways.
Yeah, almost like I was talking about earlier with taking the air off of a car. Ricky Williams came up right in front of the 71 of Alyssa, and it almost looks like that's what sent her sideways. He came up just at that moment, and when you're coming out of the corner, when your car gets really light, he took all that air off that left front. That's all it took.
I feel like that all was because of that slower car on the bottom. People had to make moves to avoid each other and a little tighter racing than they would have preferred, and that was the end result.
Yeah, I think the only takers we're going to have pit lane here are guys getting damage fixed.
Brandon Schaefer coming down. Eric Schaefer coming down.
Ha, you did it too.
I did.
I do like the fact some of these guys are still rocking the paint schemes. I know me personally, I'm going to rock a paint scheme all month long. Did he get tires though? No shot. Maybe he still has some damage. No, it's a fuel and go. Interesting call there by Schaefer, but yet again, he could run a little bit longer than the rest of these guys. So if we get a caution while everyone's coming up pit lanes, he's able to stay out 9, 10 more laps. That can make or break his race.
Well, and he didn't give up a whole lot of positions. There was only 20 cars on the lead lap.
He was running in the top 10.
Yeah, I think he was 9th at the time, or somewhere around there, maybe a little further up, but maybe he can. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to work out to some strategy he has why he decided to pit for fuel.
Well, and these cars are not the next gens. It's actually really, I wouldn't say easy, but it's not a pain in the butt to get around cars with old tires like it is in the next gens.
Oh, definitely not. Much easier to pass.
And especially in a mile and a half like this where everyone's loose, they start getting really loose. We said it earlier, Schaefer's really good on the long run, so he'll have that car just glued to the track where everyone else is slowing out the wheel left and right to keep her going straight. I mean, I will say this: we've had a few wrecks, yes, and I think while this race may seem like it's turning into a wreck fest because the wrecks have been big. We're only under our 5th caution.
Right. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of cautions. It's just
They've been big.
and I don't know. I don't even know how to describe them. Just foolish cautions. Some of them.
Bonehead.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was last season. But no, I don't think it's this league. No, it was another league. But someone messaged me after a race. I called him out on it, and I'm like, why are you getting mad? I called you out on the facts. I don't get it.
I don't even worry about it if somebody calls out in the broadcast. The way I look at it is I call them as I see them, and if they don't agree with it, that's their opinion.
Yep. I told him, I'm like, look, I approach broadcasting in a very biased view. I don't matter if I like you or hate you. If you do something stupid, I'm going to call you out on it. I'll say this, what this caution did do is I think this caution alone, with how many laps are left, I think it really opened the door for varying pit strategies. On whether you want to undercut it or maybe run long. I'm gonna say
I don't think it's gonna like eliminate a pit stop by any means.
No.
It may give you the opportunity to have a little more wiggle room as far as when you pit.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I like the idea Schaefer had. Why not come down pit lane, get 10 more laps of fuel in my car? I can stay out 10 laps longer. Because, I mean, Schaefer, he had a race-winning pace, but he's just been stuck in traffic ever since. And I think he knows that. He's probably thinking, well, if I want to win this race, let's try a different strategy. Let's try to be able to go longer than everybody else can go.
Well, and this is a very slim chance of this happening, but, you know, those 10 laps, if he stays out and runs the dry, what's to say a caution doesn't come out after everybody pits, you know? Trap everybody a lap down.
Green flag back in the air. Everyone's getting a little bit better with these restarts. A little bit of checkup with the 37-28, but everyone else able to keep it going. And Banks running in that low line. Trying to get a run here in corner exit. Scott D. Stewart's going to slide up in front of the front bumper of Evan Ludy. Evan Ludy going to look low on the 88. Justin Atkinson in the 42. Gonna try to look low in the 22 or 28.
He seems like he's looking to put it 3 wide there. I think given the opportunity, he would definitely stick it 3 wide.
Yeah, and I don't think it's time in a race really for those moves. Next gen, maybe. But Xfinity cars, 50, 45 to go, I don't think that's the time to try to put it 3 wide.
Only time I'm going to put it 3 wide at this point in the race is if I have a massive run and I know I can clear him before.
Grindle! I couldn't tell if he got loose or tied, but looked like from the camera angle I had, he almost came up and cleaned out the 54 of Brandon Banks. But further back, you have Pretty Chestnut, who has not made too many friends out there tonight, working on the outside of Evan Ludy.
Grindle must have really had to check up because Scott Stewart came in there, gained a lot of ground on the straightaway. Lost it all.
Yeah, but almost lost the race too. So, this is interesting. We only have 20 cars in the lead lap. Your first car a lap down is Gary Sack, who is 9 laps down.
Yeah, the cars that are laps down had major damage, so the lucky dog is kind of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, I always keep an eye on that because if I can go just top 20, I'm going to go just top 20. I don't like it cycling through cars out of the race. Yeah, and Scott C. Stewart, that hiccup he had coming off, I believe 2 it was last time. He's really starting to slide back here. I believe he was running third, has fallen back to fifth. Brandon
Yeah,
Banks.
he was battling for that third position, cycling between third and fourth, and then just got a little sideways.
Where did Petey race last season? Was he a truck driver?
He was.
He's having a really solid showing. I don't really recall Preety running top 5 as much as he is here tonight last season.
So early in the truck season, he was kind of more mid to back of the pack, and then as the season progressed, he started running more towards the front.
Okay,
And
that's
he's kind
right.
of, yeah, he's kind of starting off the Xfinity car in the same manner, running more up to the front, and we'll we'll assume he'll be able to put a race together at least once this season and win one.
Yeah, Ludi falling out of the top 5 for, I believe, the first time tonight. Currently running in 6th, working on that 5th place car, the 88 of Scott D. Stewart.
Yeah, I think Scott is either managing his tires or he's struggling, because normally that high lane you're going to carry a lot more momentum off the corner, and they kind of stayed side by side.
They're going to catch Preety here. Preety had a really bad corner exit. That's actually going to benefit Evan Ludi here going into turn 1. If he can get to that inside, Preety going to stay middle. Ludi going to shoot low. Yeah, that 22 getting a really horrible turn 2 exit benefit Evan Ludi a ton. Exo still leading the way. 40 to go, coming to 39 this time by. Field 1's going to open up about 6 or 7 laps. I don't think anyone takes the field when the right one opens up unless you have a set to spare. If you have that extra set, I can see maybe pitting it at that field 1 to open up. For the most part, for these guys that don't have more than one set left, I think they're going to try to run the tank as dry as they can get it.
Well, and what lap did they last come in for tires?
So these guys up front, they came in 21 laps ago. So they can only go about 10 15 more laps on fuel.
So I think if I'm Biggs, I'm staying out until Banks passes me, and as soon as he passes me, I'm coming in.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, we know Banks. Banks usually piss. He don't usually call it out. He's gonna wait until he's ready to pit, and he's gonna come down pit lane.
I do see that gap shrinking, so.
Yeah, these two are kind of starting to drive away. There's a big battle for third back here.
Yeah, 5 cars all fighting for the same position.
Preety, Grindle, Ludi.
I feel like
Atkinson.
Preety is holding these guys up. He is driving it in so much deeper into the corner, but he's losing so much speed on exit.
Yeah, and Ludi's just not able to get a big enough run down the straightaway to clear Preety, and you can't dive in that far on the low line. You're just going to wash up the track. Ludi, though, might get a good run here.
I feel like Ludi's going to get him this time in 1 and 2, maybe even before 1 and 2.
He almost cleared him there. Yeah, Ludi got some here. No, not quite.
Definitely gained some ground, though.
And yeah, I see Ludi sent it in deep that time. Washed up the track a little bit, but Preety really sent it in deep. Really washed up. Ludi finally able to clear with 37. Grindle gets sideways.
Gathered it up, though.
Yeah, but he lost a lot of spots from that.
Yeah, he did.
How about this? I just noticed. How about 49 at Hastings running PA here? Solid showing for Jason Hastings here tonight.
So Banks is there. Within a car length. And Moody is coming.
Yeah, and just how Pretty was holding up those guys back there. I think Banks is quicker. It's just Biggs is just getting a decent run off the corner exit where Banks cannot get to his inside or outside to try to pass him. I think Banks is a little bit quicker though.
I agree. I see Banks. It looks like he's trying to back up the corner a little bit to be able to make that pass. He's got the momentum this time. They should be side by side into one.
And these guys keep battling side by side. It's going to allow Ludi to catch him, but Banks able to really send it in there. Easy to be able to clear Banks here coming off of turn 2. Banks to the lead. If you're big, I wonder if you pit this time by, you're in that fuel window. The only downside to be with either a caution come up, trapping lap down, or a late race caution come out, you have no tires left.
Yeah, I think the move, if it's me, I'm pitting this time.
You got to.
He leapfrogged you. You're in second. It's time to try the undercut.
Yeah, but the only downside is Banks was so good at pit road entry last season when we had green flag stops. Banks has to really be able to nail this entry down when he does come down pit lane. Oh, here comes Ludi.
Oh, that's a smart move by Ludi. These guys were towards the end of a fuel run anyways. Mm-hmm. I like the call. I think Big should have made the same call.
They have a couple laps left. Big's really starting to lose on them.
Well, and I feel like Biggs has to be on pit road before Banks is, right? To try to make that leapfrog.
He's still choosing to stay out here. And, the one guy off the pit strategy is the 3 of Eric Schaefer. He's made his way up to 7th. He's on a completely different pit strategy. If he chooses to be, he can go 10 laps longer than everybody else. Him and Broso both. Oh wow! Wait, Broso. He's been able to recover from his wreck early on. Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised Biggs nor Banks has pitted yet, especially with Ludi, who wasn't too far behind him, already coming down pit lane. Now been 2 laps, and they're running 2 seconds slower, about 2 seconds slower than Ludi is. So Ludi is making up all sorts of time right now.
Well, and it's 27 laps to go, right? So not even a full fuel run. He had pace at the end of the run. I think Ludi made the right call.
Yeah, I think Ludi made the winning call.
If it goes green and he through the pit stop cycle, Ludi is going to cycle to the front. Even if we do get a caution, right now Ludi would be the lucky dog. He would have to. Ooh, we almost had that caution.
Tony.
He would be the lucky dog. He would be able to get back on the lead lap. It would be a disadvantage, but it wouldn't be a night ender.
Pretty wide back there. Ludi looking to the inside of Gordon and Darren Cannon. And if you're Ludi, what you want to do right now is you want to put in a quick lap, and you also don't want to wear those tires out too much. Ooh, Hughes got loose.
Strategic. You got to make some strategic passes without killing your tires.
We take a look at last time by. Ludi at 31.12. Banks big at 32.1. So Ludi definitely is running very strategic. He's not running fast laps. He's just taking them off, adding more time to that gap that he's going to have when the pit stop cycles do complete with 25 to go this time by.
Well, and it's not too far off before Ludi will be able to unlap himself.
Banks. Looks like
Got
Banks is
about a
coming in.
quarter track to go to catch the leaders.
I am really shocked to have.
Stewart hit.
I was say Stewart coming in, but I don't know if I really agree with the call of Banks and Biggs staying out this long. I mean, Ludi now has about 8 laps on his tires.
Oh,
6 laps.
42 just almost wrecked the 17. 17 able to gather it up.
Oh, close call. The 42, I believe, on fresh tires as well, trying to get around these guys. Here, oh, I thought Brady was coming in this time.
It's like the 23
Conley.
of Mitch Conley coming down pit road. Ludi is 4 seconds behind the leaders. He has a lot of traffic to get through here. He's 3 wide, but gonna make quick work of it.
Yeah, and look at this gap between Ludi and Stewart. They were running somewhat in the same range. Oh, that's close. And Ludi is almost a whole corner ahead of Stewart right now. And Biggs, I think, just came in that time he did.
Yep, Biggs came in. I like the fact that Biggs got in before Banks, but I feel like he may be a few laps too late.
I think Banks is going to pit this time.
I think he has to, right?
Yeah.
If Biggs comes in, you got to be in the next lap.
Now, here's the interesting. Schaefer actually coming in as well. I thought Schaefer would run his tank dry. But Eric Schaefer coming in this time by. You'll put Cedric Brosso in the lead. Cedric Brosso, he can stay out 10 more laps. Ricky Lynn's going to have the pit soon. There comes the 42 action around Brosso to get back onto the lead lap. So where does Ludi shake out?
Now, and Ludi is back on the lead lap, able to unlap himself the hard way. So that's a big weight lifted off of his shoulders.
So he's right there. Where is Banks?
Banks is just coming out of pits.
20 to go. Coming out of pits, isn't up to speed yet. Evan Ludi just now entering turn 3.
So definitely a pretty big leapfrog there.
Ludi currently running 31.4. Here comes the 88 of Scott Stewart. And Scott Stewart, he was about 3 or 4 seconds back of Brandon Banks when they started pit cycle, and he's now door to door to 54.
Banks should have the advantage on fresh tires, so should make pretty quick work of this once he gets a little heat in his tires.
I was about to say Scott Stewart kind of blew by him there.
Yeah, got to get some heat in those tires before you can really start pushing it. Currently 9 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, and what would really hurt Ludi is a yellow, because Ludi has so many more laps on his tires. His advantage right now is the fact they are so spread out.
Yeah, he needs it to go green to the end right now. Banks is actually being shown 1 lap down. Once these top 4 cars pit, he will be back on the lead lap. Banks and Stewart are actually going to unlap themselves the hard way.
Yeah, Ludi was ran at 31.42. Banks is ran at 30.79. Where did Biggs come out at? Biggs pitted a lap before they did. And
He is showing behind,
just behind
Banks.
It looks like Cedric coming in this time. Or he's just that much slower.
He's just that much slower.
Holy cow.
So at the line, Ludi was 26 seconds behind the 3 cars who have not pitted. Banks is 31 seconds behind.
Yeah, right now Ludi 25 seconds behind. Banks 29, almost 30. So it's about a 5-second gap with 16 laps to go. That's that's a big gap to make up. Now Banks,
And it's all gonna be the oh, there's a caution, 42 going around.
that is not what some of these guys wanted to hear. Now, if you still have a set of tires left, I think you are jumping with joy.
And you got to think Cedric, Brandon Hughes, they should have a set left, I would imagine. Right? Chad, I would assume,
wow.
I'm not sure.
He did it again.
He sure did. Just hooked him.
Oh my god, it almost took out Banks. I mean, once it's a mistake, but twice, it was the same exact way too. Just went to go to the high line, misjudged, and almost identical. Just clipped the same exact part of the bumper of when he clipped Collier earlier.
Yep.
I don't know if Preety just has something against cars that start with a 4 or what, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. Maybe he sees that 4 and he's seeing red or something. Oh, and this really benefits Broso.
Well, it benefits Broso, it benefits Banks, Stewart, it hurts Evan Luby.
I think it benefits Broso more than anybody because
Absolutely.
Banks and them. What lap did they pit on? I'm not sure what lap they pit on, but Banks at least has 6 laps on those tires. Bro's gonna be able to get a full fresh set of tires here.
And he's only gonna fall to the worst 9th.
Yep. How about Hughes? Big break for Hughes as well.
Yep.
And Wiggins. Wiggins was missing his hood at one point. Yeah, Ludi had 15 laps on these tires. Ludi has 17. Preety had 15. Stewart has 11. Grindle has 17. It would be safe to say those guys are out of tires. 1, 2. No, I think Ludi might have a set left. It's showing he's only pitted 3 times.
Did he go down pit road? I don't believe he did.
No. Interesting.
Because if you had a set, that would have been the time to use them.
Yeah. And pit road is open because Cedric came down pit road. Cedric actually came out in 5th. Banks might be out of tires though.
Well, I guess the advantage for Ludi is that he is going to have the lead. He can get a jump, but I just don't know if he can hold them for 10 laps, right? That's a big ask.
Oh, Broso coming back down pit lane?
Oh, did he get a penalty?
Did he?
I don't know. I don't see anything in iRacing, but
They didn't pit either. Craig Rogers said if Ludi wins, he's naming his firstborn child Ludi. Well, this caution definitely did not make it easy. Not
definitely hurt Ludi, but like I said, he does have the benefit of the restart zone. He's going to gain a little bit of that lead back, but not the 4, 5, 6 seconds he had.
I think that caution benefited anybody. It was Banks, Wiggins, and Biggs. And Hughes.
And Broso.
But I don't know what's going on with Broso. He came up pit lane twice. Oh, he's back out, though. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him.
I wonder if it didn't take tires or didn't give him enough fuel, didn't have his margin set right, something like that.
Yeah, because he's at the way back. Never mind, never mind. No.
Well, because he came down pit road a second time, it's probably going to
Oh,
set him behind some of the lap cars. I'm not sure, though.
dang, and he was set up too to win this race. I think he had the
Well,
best shot.
and it's definitely not over, right? There's still 10 laps to go. Gain a few spots, get a caution. Gain another few spots, get a caution, right? There's still, if the perfect scenario happens, there's still a chance for him to get up there.
Just don't get caught in the caution.
I feel like he would have a little better shot at it if he was restarting in the top line. Because in reality, there's really nowhere to go when you're on the bottom line on fresh tires.
Yes, but you have the advantage control in the restart, though. I still want to highlight here because as a second place car, it is harder to judge when you go when you are restarting on the high line.
Oh, I was talking Broso. I feel like if he was on the high line, it would have been a little better for him because then he could, get up to the wall and put him 3 wide on those fresh tires. Being on the bottom line, you're kind of stuck, right?
I'm just saying, what if Hughes wins this race? What if? We ain't ever hear the end of it.
I mean, anything can happen.
If I back up in the air, Ludi got the good jump. Pretty did not. 54 Banks to be able to clear Pretty, maybe going to turn 1.
And that is not what Evan Ludi wanted to see. He wanted to see them race.
I'm just saying that Banks does have a 4 in his number. I'm just saying. Oh, yellow.
Gotcha.
Now that is what Ludi does want to see, though. William Peters involved in the wreck. Tonight's sponsor. Oh, wow. This is lap cars racing back, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Malback, Sack, Peters. I don't understand that. They're lap down. Ooh, 38 involved. Yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah, really not racing anything there, right?
No, that's kind of a bonehead move we were talking about earlier. Peters just goes to send it 3 wide.
Yeah, and he's 59 laps down. Nobody else on the same lap as him. Nothing really to gain by putting it 3 wide for either of those 3, right? Gary Sack is 9 laps down, and the one car is 43 laps down. So they weren't racing each other. There's nobody else on the same lap as them. No real point in doing that. However, that benefits Evan Ludi. Clicking off laps, and he's still in the lead. I think if I'm Evan Ludi, I'm going to pick the high line this time. It's a disadvantage to that 54. He can't see as well out the right side of his car.
Hey, off topic, but does Evan Ludi's banner look really dark when you're in?
It is very, very, very dark.
It's like he got oil on it for something. That is so weird. I hate to say this, Maine's got this win. I don't know. I mean, what that caution did not help is people like Hughes, Wiggins, and Brosa who have the fresher tires. It just really kind of knocks laps away. They had to chase them down.
Yeah, they needed some green flag racing to take advantage of those fresh tires.
who is Kit Kat?
That is Alyssa.
Has anyone seen the leftover parts of my motor? Should be somewhere on the back I think I think Alex Bowman took him to try to make weight next week. I was so mad to hear that. Not because I'm a Hater fan, just because I don't want Joey in the round of 8. I don't want him in championship 4. I don't. I will say this though, this is the most stacked round of 8 I have seen in a while in NASCAR. This round of 8 is stacked. Usually have like one straggler get in with a win. No, not this time.
I feel like Ricky Stenhouse took that away from that straggler when he won at Talladega.
Who finished second?
I don't remember.
No, Brad Keselowski took it away when he wrecked the whole damn field.
You're not wrong.
Look. When you go to Super Speedway, there's 3 things guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and the fact Brad Keselowski is going to cause a big one at Super Speedway. It's going to happen.
Right.
Granted, I don't think that was really his fault. I kind of fault that more on Joey. I just like to give Brad Keselowski crap because I don't like him. We were watching on our drive, and we legit had to pull over so we could see what happened because it was such a big wreck. We wanted to see what happened.
I think they said it was the largest wreck in NASCAR history.
Well, yeah, it involved 28 out of the 37 cars.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm watching it on my phone in Discord, and all I saw was the 5 make it through, and that's all I cared about.
All right, 1 to go. Lights are off on the pace truck.
That looked like a wreck you would expect in iRacing.
5-lap shootout.
Yeah, and based on tonight's been going and the bonehead moves, I don't think we are done wrecking yet.
Very possible.
I think there might be some people getting desperate for some positions. I don't know. I mean, that last caution was caused by a lap car. What'd you say, 48 laps down?
Yeah, there was one that was 9, one that was 40-something, one that was 50-something.
Jesus. I would think Gary Sack has not had a race he wants, but he's in 20th. Possibly going to be able to 19th if Hastings stays in pit road. I don't see him going much higher, being 9 laps down, but...
I don't think there's enough laps left for him to gain any positions. 7 laps to the next car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Green flag.
Huh. Green flag back
All
out
right, here we go. Moody got a pretty decent jump. Banks didn't fall too far off, though.
5 to go. Pretty chestnut all over that bumper of the 54. Oh, wow, he washed wide. Oh, maybe that was his idea. Never mind. I thought he got tight.
Looks like he fixed his judgment error, though, because that looked very similar to what we saw earlier.
Alan Grindle sending it in, almost collecting Kevin Biggs. Wow, they're right behind the Cedric Gross around.
Cedric.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That was teammates again, wasn't it? Was that the 36 car?
I don't know, but that was wow.
I think that was the 36 car again. Yeah, definitely the 36 car.
Every race we have the Thank God the Simulator moment, and this is for sure. Wow.
He just self-spun it off of turn 4. I didn't see anybody really cause it, and the 36 car nowhere to go.
Again.
Again. 86 involved. There's another car. I didn't catch which one it was, but I think it was a 23 or 13 car.
I want to go on board with Cedric, see what he saw here.
That was a wild.
He gets hit. Yep, this is not good. I'm in the air.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
Wow, that was wild. And he landed on the roof. Did someone... I think that 86 almost went completely underneath of him. He did. If he went
right underneath it.
Right. No,
launched him.
If he would have went a little bit more to the right, he might have completely cleared the 30. That was violent. Well, this is definitely what everybody wants to see. I think
So
with,
this should be a green-white checkered here. So we're gonna have 2 laps.
yeah, and with with just 2 to go, if Evan Lee can get a good launch here, I don't know if Banks can be able to catch him.
I feel like if Ludi can get a good launch, and he's gonna have to play defense, right?
Oh, for sure.
Banks is faster right now. He's got a lot fresher tires. What I think he needs is for one of those other cars to race Banks to stay at, to get to his outside. And this is one of the reasons that if I was Ludi, I would be going to that top lane.
I guess we got a report from the Infield Care Center that unfortunately Cedric Brusso's iRacer did not survive. You'll have to buy iRacing again.
That was pretty vicious.
Yeah. I remember when I was broadcasting Saturday, and there was a really big wreck, and I was watching that wreck thinking, thank God these wrecks do not happen in real life, because some of these wrecks I have seen on iRacing, it's like you wouldn't survive. There's no way. Like that right there, I don't know if he survived that. Literally, he got hit literally underneath the seat. If he did, I don't think he'd be able to walk again. Yeah, this will be the first of 3. Not here's the next question, Tony. Did anyone short themselves on fuel for multiple green white checkered attempts?
I don't think so. I think everybody, when they went in, they had at least 5 extra laps of fuel. If we go to 3, maybe, but I just feel like the pace fell off so much that I don't think fuel's really going to be an issue.
Well, the only reason I ask is because I learned this crew chief for Malarkey, and the only card that does not work in the next gen, so don't try it in the next gen. But if you do not add fuel when you don't need to, and you put tires on, it actually helps the handling of the car. Every car but the next gen. So like, let's say you pit with 10 to go and you know you don't need fuel. You don't add the extra weight, it helps the handling of the car.
See, I feel like with this car, though, with as loose as it is, I think the extra fuel is actually going to help.
Yeah, I can see that. Put more weight in the rear end.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that one's just, like you said, Brosa got loose by himself. I think he was just trying to push too hard, knowing he only had 5 laps to go, knowing he had the best tires out there.
Well, and those bumps on the bottom in 3 and 4, if you're not prepared for them, it will shoot the car up the track and get you loose.
Alrighty, first of 3 attempts at the green white checkered. We get the white flag. It don't matter if all the leaders wreck, we'll continue going. If we do not get the white, we'll rack them up, try it again. And if we do get to all 3 and a caution flies, the race will end under caution.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag out in the air.
Ooh,
Brandon, he's
Ludi
got
did
a really good launch.
Ludi, I don't know if he spun the tires or what happened there, but he definitely did not get a good launch.
No.
He's got Stewart all over his bumper.
I think that helped Ludi there. I think that definitely helped Ludi.
Well, and for Stewart, it's the right move, right? Because now he can
Yep.
slide up into second place and race for the win.
Here comes Banks, though. Showed it in a wow! What a move by the 54.
But this, I feel like it helps Ludi because now these two are going to be racing.
I think Kevin Biggs has just cut Brandon Banks on the break of a lifetime. Scott Stewart, Brandon Banks, Evan Ludi duking it out for the win. It's a 3-horse battle. Banks gonna have to run off the high line. Ludi gonna try to block. Can't quite do it. Door to door they go. Door swim down the backstretch. Ludi loose. They both send it in deep into turn 4. I think Banks got it. Ludi gonna watch out. Does he make contact? He does. Gets sideways. Banks wins. Ludi loses the wrecking. Stewart wins. Big second. Chestnut in third.
Wow, that was wild.
Wow. How did Banks get loose? I know. Oh, he was loose from the contact. Wow. Wow, I cannot believe how Preety made it through that. That was insane what Preety did there. 5th off the corner. Scott D. Stewart, our pole sitter, wins the race in a wild turn of events. Man, that was just a race. Just racing hard for the win. Trying to get everything you could out of your car. Banks on the fresher tires. Ludi just got too tight. Come off the corner exit. Made minimal contact. If any, might have been net code.
Yeah, it almost did look like net code, or maybe prediction code, but Ludi was on old tires. He was sending it for the win, and the car just wouldn't hold the line.
Oh my God, Ludi got hit by everyone after the race. Scott D. Stewart will win your no tax on tips 130 here at Las Vegas. 3 races in on the season, 3 different winners. I don't think they would have hit. I think that was straight netcode. I don't think Ludi would slide up enough for him to hit him. For turn 4, he wasn't going to hit him. Going to the backstretch, yeah, they door slammed. We'll go back home. I don't think they would have hit Tony.
There was definitely quite a bit of gap in there. It's so hard to say with that stuff, net code, prediction code. Would he have kept going up? Did the net code stop his car from sliding up? Nobody really knows. All we can chalk that up to is a little bit of net code, and it altered the outcome of the race.
Yeah, now Tony, they did hit right here for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Down the backstretch, yes. But 3 and 4 out of 4, I feel like if they would have actually hit, I think it would have completely spun Banks around. And that's why I kind of feel his neck, because where Ludi is at when he starts spinning right here, we have this.
But I guess the only thing you can say there is look at the front end. Look at the front end, how it shifts. If you back it up a few frames, and you'll see his front end start sliding down the track, which makes me think that the net code stopped him from sliding up a little more potentially. But like I said, you'll never know for sure.
No, I just feel if they would have truly hit right there, I think it would have completely turned Banks around, because he was right there on that quarter panel. And anytime you see someone hit the quarter panel right there, especially off of a turn, you're just gonna send him spinning.
And I'll be honest, like as straight as Banks's car was there, I don't know if that was really. I mean, I'm sure it upset the car a little bit, but he was pretty straight coming off the corner afterwards. I don't know.
Oh no, you definitely gave him a lot of room there, Brandon. No doubt on that. Is I mean, racing for the win. I don't know if he sent it down if he had a shot. I think he knew his best shot was try to run the middle, and I think he just got on the gas wheel, really walked up the track, got tight, and got into use quotation marks around it. Netcode kicked me left. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
decent race. All right, well we got some interviews. All right, well, let's pull up the guy who's seeing red anytime he saw a 4 around him. Let's go ahead and pull down our third place finisher, the guy who probably made more enemies than he did friends tonight. Pretty Chestnut, what is going on, man?
Yeah,
So I
you
gotta
know,
ask, do you just have a thing against number 4? I mean, every time you spun someone, they had a 4 in their number.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I was hoping I was gonna finish number 4, so I wouldn't have to do this interview. But
Well,
um,
I mean, nonetheless,
yeah,
man, you had a solid race. I remember broadcasting you in trucks. I don't recall ever talking to podium finishers. Once, maybe once or twice. You come out here at Las Vegas, granted, made mistakes, had issues, still come across P3. I don't know if these cars fit you better than the trucks did, but you definitely were one of the stronger cars out there. I believe top 5, if not top 10, all day long.
yeah, man. Honestly, I think our short run was good because I was able to do the outside line a lot, but I couldn't really get the long run down. I was able to keep up a little bit, but I just couldn't pass anyone in the long run. So kind of happy where we finished. Unfortunate for Evan. I kind of thought he was gonna get it, and or Brandon wanted it too, but yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but glad we squeezed out a third. Got to look through the replay, but I know, like you said, definitely made some enemies. Probably got to tone it down a lot while racing, because I'm just trying to get spots where I can, but it's not a good excuse, but I kind of don't know where the front of the car is because I don't really race these cars too much, so I'm just dumping people left and right. So I gotta reach out to them. But yeah, happy
Well,
with the third.
all right, man. Congrats. Let's get your shouts and good luck next week at Pocono.
Thank you. Yeah. Shout out to Raleigh, my teammate, everyone on Vendetta. That's Sean, Zach, uh, Josh. Those are the main guys I talked to. But there's other guys. They're all cool from what I've talked to. And then shout out to the admins for keeping the league running. And yeah, I'm glad to be racing every week.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Yep.
All right, Tony. We're going for a brief second, and we were off. They only had 3 additional sets, so that explains why no one came down pit lane there. I thought they had 4. If you ask me, 3 from where the stage was. I just don't think 3 was enough. I think 4 would have been better off for these guys, but I mean, it still put on a good show. But we'll put down our second place finisher. Mr. Kevin Biggs had a solid run here tonight, leading a good amount of laps. It looks like this car definitely is more of your wheelhouse than the trucks were. Came up 1 spot short after the chaotic end of that race, but still a solid finish, man.
Yeah, that was man, I got burned on that last pit stop. I think I pitted a little too slow, more conservative, but um glad that we got some cautions, kind of got bunched back up, and man, that was a wild finish. I still don't know what happened.
Calamity. All right. Pure
Yeah,
calamity. But you come
right.
across P2, man. Solid start to your season. I think I talked to you after Daytona. I might be wrong.
No, I got wrecked out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I'll let you
I'm
get your
so sorry.
let you get your shout outs in, man, as you're coming close to that trip back to victory lane. Hadn't seen you in victory lane in a while, but look forward to talking in victory lane sometime during the season. I'll let you get your shout outs and congrats on P2.
Thanks. I just want to shout out to the high side racing guys. Unfortunately, my teammate couldn't make it this time, but we'll be back next week. Shout out to you guys, all the admins. everybody that puts this on. This is freaking great, and I love it. Couldn't be more happier. Thank you guys.
All right, man. Big congrats. All right, let's bring down our race winner, Scott Stewart, coming into turn 3 and 4. You were like, all right, I'll just set up for third. They get together off of turn 4, and you just dive low, clear the wreck. I think you did get hit in the left or right front, but you make it through. I'm gotta ask you, where are you from? Omaha.
I
Nebraska.
am.
Never mind. That tells
I was,
me.
yes, born in Nebraska, currently in Charlotte.
I have to ask because driving back to North Carolina from Washington, I saw a lot of Sinclairs, and I'm like, only time I've ever seen that company before now is on a car in iRacing. That's the only reason I knew what it was. I was like, I've seen that somewhere. That's right. Scott Stewart runs that stuff. I gotta figure out where he's from because they're all over the place, especially coming through Nebraska.
Oh yeah, I love those things. They're so cool.
Chiefs is better. Well, man, like I said, you got lucky with them getting together off of turn 3 and 4. Was that kind of your plan going into that corner, knowing you had no shot, just kind of watch what they're doing and react?
I mean, they were banging doors down the back,
That's
and I was
it,
like,
yeah.
this is not gonna go well. So I just let off. I was like, either they're gonna run each other into the wall, so I'll just go low. It's gonna be open. So I just took it, and I didn't expect them to wreck. I just thought they're gonna kind of run each other up the wall. But yeah, I just stuck it in there. I knew the lane was gonna be there. I took it, and I just held on, took the hit, and just went with it. I was like screaming. I couldn't believe they did that, but I kind of expected it because of the contact beforehand. So
Yeah, man, it's not like you won this race on luck. You had speed. You were up front most of the race. You got pulled. Looks like in the long run you kind of struggled there a little bit. But it's not like they all wrecked and lucked into it. I mean, you're just in the right place at the right time when they wrecked. So big congrats on that. Congrats on getting your first Xfinity win. Congrats on locking yourself into the playoffs. And I'll let you get your shout outs in. I know that's huge because our previous 2 winners got wrecked out, I believe, in the same wreck. So definitely takes a huge stress off your shoulders. You don't got to worry about points. You can try different strategies and stuff like that. So let's get your shout outs in, man, and congrats on your win.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the last 2 races has been pretty intense, so it's nice to have that comfort. And yeah, shout out to you guys putting this broadcast on. It's an awesome league. I thought the racing tonight up at the front was great. I thought we had a lot of fun battles, and always got to shout out North South. They're the best team in the league, best drivers, best owner, everything. Love those guys, and proud to be carrying their banner for the whole season. And yeah, got a shout out to everybody, and thank you for having me.
Matt's already got a big head. We don't need to emphasize it anymore. But
No.
Hey, you know what? That's fine because this is the only series North South is going to see a win in, so it's all good.
Ooh, man.
Him and his saucy nuggies can go somewhere else, all right? But all rowdy, congrats, man.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, he joined? No!
What you talking about?
I said this is the only series.
You talking junk?
Yes, I am! I said this is the only series.
Don't be hating North South got to win.
Well, this is the only series that's going to happen because it sure the heck ain't going to happen in Cup.
Hey, you still got Talladega coming up.
Yeah, but you got me in it this season.
Easy work.
Hey, real quick, Stuart, you got to update your thing because this is not your first season of Relentless, by the way.
Oh, I don't even know how to update that. I'll have to go
Great.
through
That's
there.
wonderful. All right,
My bad.
Once again, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Alrighty. We do got some more racing going on this week. It's 1.5 mile week in Relentless. Trucks ARCA go to Kansas. Cup will be live Wednesday here at Las Vegas. Sunset race, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tony, it's going to be transitioning into nighttime, which should make that interesting. I always like races that do that because you might see some people that are fast in the daytime kind of fall back a little bit as the sun sets and the track gets cooled down. So tune in for that. Tune in for Trucks and ARCA at Kansas this week. Is Matt still in here?
Yep, he's in here.
I am. Yeah.
Oh, Matt, go get you some more saucy nuggets from BJ's Brewhouse.
Why are you hating on the boneless buffalo wings?
Because
man?
if I wanted flavored chicken like that, I would go get chicken nuggets and dip them in sauce. All right. If you're gonna get wings, you gotta get boned in wings.
No, I don't like to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, that's right. You were eating with a fork, like a weirdo.
You gotta use a fork to eat chicken wings to get something going on.
All right, well,
That's why I get the boneless.
Jesus. We'll see you guys next time. Once again, congrats to Scott Stewart. Jacob will be handling tomorrow night and Wednesday night with trucks and Arca
Ugh.
Tuner for that. As
What's that
I'll
about?
catch you guys then.